Is this thing on?
I hope so. You haven't recorded in months.
Well, I got this. So, yeah, I got myself a new toy. But let's first start off by saying, well, hello and good day, people of the internet. My name is QB Robin whatever, and today we're upgrading this old PC right here. Because some of you might know this PC has a 4070-90K and a 2080 Ti in there. And it's not the worst combo out there if you just want to play video games. But if you want to do streaming and such, it's honestly pretty bad. So, I've been patiently waiting for AMD Zen 2, and it released, to be fair, quite a while ago. But I got myself a 3900X, and the reason that I just got it now is because it's an absolute pain to get this CPU. You really don't want to know what I had to go through to get this to my house. But that all being said, we're upgrading today. Let me show you the goodies I got for the new PC. So I kind of went all out on the build for this PC. For the motherboard, I got myself the ROG STRIX X570E Gaming. It's the same as the X570F Gaming, but this one has Bluetooth and also Wi-Fi. For the memory, because the old PC is still running DDR3, I got myself some DDR4 RAM. This is a Trident Z Neo, which is optimized for Ryzen, if we can believe Gskill. It's 32 gigabytes dual channel, 3600 megahertz CL16 latency. For the storage, I got myself an NVMe SSD by Samsung, the 970 EVO, 1 terabyte. Of course, we have the CPU, the 3900X, 12 cores, 24 threads. And we also have the all-in-one liquid cooler by Corsair, the H150I Pro, to make this PC, well, cool and quiet. But to top this all off, I also got myself the Eclipse P600S. So, let's start building. That should make it a lot easier for myself. So we are going to be working with pretty expensive parts. So, get your anti-static wrist rest on. Yeah, this PC is stupid filthy. I forgot to mention, by the way, I didn't buy a new power supply because I already have one. Yeah, I fix it. Hit me up. I don't have any of your tools. Look at how gross she is. So, when I was starting to take this PC apart, I thought to myself, you know, younger me was not that stupid. He made some weird decisions. 2 dual channel 4 gigabyte sticks and a single channel 8 gigabyte stick. Definitely interesting. But younger me always kept the boxes for the things he bought. Focus on the thing. No? Alright. Box for the CPU. Box for the motherboard. Box for the cooler. And honestly, if you're watching this video and you built your own PC, keep the boxes they come in. Because if you ever want to do this, like upgrade the parts, this will first of all add some value if you want to sell the damn thing. And second of all, you actually have a place to put them somewhere. So, QB tip for you. There we go. Good application. If you're ever gonna do this, take out zip ties on all these cables. Really watch where you're cutting. I've cut cables before, and that shit kind of sucks. Modular power supplies are amazing. QB. Robin, whatever. How old was that PC of yours? Well, let me prove to you how old it is. Whoop! Anybody still remember these? That's how old it is. That's going right back in. Like a true professional, we're first gonna build the PC outside of the box. I forgot to take the manual out of the box. Shit. Nice. 20% off cable mods. Was actually one I wanted to talk about that in this video already. So cool. Now, why did you get the manual, QB? Let me show you. Look. So here is why I got the manual. English. There's always a recommended memory configuration. In this motherboard's case, I got dual channel, so it's gonna be DIMM 2 and DIMM 4. So that's why I always want to check the manual. Just make sure you put your RAM in the right slots. Was I not recording all that time? I hope I was. If not, you missed a bunch. Whatever. So we're only gonna need this one, because we of course have the aftermarket all-in-one liquid cooler. There's a little arrow there. That's how you line up the CPU. A little gold arrow right there. That's what you're gonna line it up with. There. Like a champ. Lever down. Wrong orientation, QB. Well done. We're just gonna see if it boots. If it boots, that's all we need. Probably never gonna record a video like this anymore. At least not until I have more space, because this is absolutely awful. Let's see if this puppy posts. Alright, RAM is turning on. You can do it. No, it cannot. Fuck it, we're putting it in the case. I'm running low on batteries. If this, if the camera runs out of batteries, I'm just continue building and I'll show you the finished product. If you're wondering, QB, you did not apply the standoffs. They're pre-applied in this case. Never quite understood, by the way. Why do the case manufacturers have to... Why do the case manufacturers have to include the screws for the motherboard and not the motherboard manufacturer? Clickety click.
Come on!
So yeah, the system is done. You guys saw a little montage because, well, the camera ran out of batteries, which lead me to two things. One, I still have a lot to learn about making YouTube videos. And two, this CPU fucking rocks, man. I ran a bunch of benchmarks on my old 4070-90K and the new 3900X, and here are the results. When taking a look at the average frame rate, you might be wondering if this upgrade was actually worth it. Across the board, I was getting 60 plus FPS on average, except for one game, but we'll get into that one later. But those are not bad numbers. If we dive into the minimum frame rate, that is where you really notice this upgrade. In most games, I was not getting low FPS on the 4070-90K, but the frame rate was not consistent at all. Apex, for example, a game that I really play a lot, runs fine on the 4070-90K, but when I'm getting into a fight or walking into big areas, you really notice frame inconsistency. You might be playing at 120, but then for 3 to 5 seconds the FPS dips down to 60 or below when loading either in a big part of the map or when a lot of particles need to be processed on screen, and this really made the 4070-90K not the greatest combo with 2080 Ti. Some games, however, just would not run properly on the 4070-90K at all. If we take a look at the results for Watch Dogs 2, you can see the 3900X just pulls away. That game was not playable on the 4070-90K. Granted, it is poorly optimized, but also Battlefield 5, which I unfortunately don't have benchmarks for, ran crappy on the 4070-90K. Especially in 64-player fights, as that really took a toll on the CPU, but to be fair, 16-player matches ran fine on the 4070-90K. So, some of these results might be the victim of the older DDR3 memory that I was running in the older system, but I don't have any other DDR3, so there's not really any way for me of checking that. But that begs the question, did I regret getting the 3900X? I mean, the firmware for the motherboards still kinda suck, and sometimes when I boot the damn thing, the boost clock won't go any higher than 500 megahertz. But these are early adopter issues, and I knew I was getting into that. So, I didn't regret it at all. I really want to get back into streaming, and this will allow me to. By the way, I will make a video about the 3900X if it is a good streamer CPU. If you want to see that, make sure you subscribe. But I'll be streaming on either Twitch, Mixer, or DLive again. So if you want to stay updated to that, also check Discord and also make sure things like City Builders and Planet Coaster, because I'll be streaming that a bunch. But that's that. I don't regret getting this system, and I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of this, also feel free to subscribe. My name is QB Robin, whatever, and I hope all of y'all have a good one. Bye.